All right, children, just want to do a quick cryptocurrency video. Right now, Bitcoin pretty much hovering around 29,000, where it's been pretty much all day. And I'll tell you, I'm shocked. The stocks have been kind of flat today. It hasn't been really all that bullish, just kind of flat. But Bitcoin's been really hanging on to that $29,000 level. I mean, to me, that's actually somewhat of a bullish sign that Bitcoin is doing that. Although I do still think we're going to see that dump down to 25,000. But Bitcoin is holding on strong. And also your altcoins are holding on strong, which is actually even more surprising. Ethereum just under 2,000. BNB at 328. I mean, BNB has been actually doing really, really good. XRP, surprisingly, still hanging on to that 40-cent range. And Cardano, my baby Cardano. It's been about 52 cents, 51 cents all day. Even when Bitcoin dropped down to 28.7, Cardano was hanging around 50 cents. Cardano is very strong right now. With this Vassal hard fork coming up next month, I think that's really going to keep Cardano above 45, 50 cents. But really, everything's basically just kind of chugging along, boring bear market type stuff. And what actually happens is people just eventually get bored. And Google searches are down. People are bored because there's really no money to be made going between $28,000 and $30,000. And that's what you want. You want people just to completely lose interest. Now, I don't think we've seen max pain yet. So what we'll probably see is some sort of flash crash down to 25.20 in the coming months. It could happen at any moment. Really depend on the stock market. Black swan event, war, monkeypox. Who freaking knows? But anyway, I saw this story today, kind of interesting. JP Morgan now, they're saying Bitcoin is actually worth about 28% more than it is right now, which is like $38,000. Just 2 years ago. Oh, also, JP Morgan actually says Bitcoin is preferred as a preferred alternative investment to them over real estate. I mean, these guys, just last year, Jamie Dimon was saying Bitcoin is worthless. So that's why, folks, when he was saying Bitcoin was worthless, he was basically buying Bitcoin and basically telling all those people they should buy Bitcoin. So these guys are all like the dirtiest people in the world. I actually had a dealing with big banks not too long ago where I actually had to sue Wells Fargo and I lost, or I won and they lost over just money getting stolen from my ATM card and they didn't want to pay it. And I dealt with a lot of higher ups at not Wells Fargo, Bank of America. And I dealt with a lot of higher ups. I run a detective agency, so I try to do my own investigation. And I talk to a lot of these bigwigs who run these branches. A lot of these guys make like $500,000 a year, and they're the scummiest people you'd ever want to meet. I'm not sure if any of you guys have actually dealt with actual bankers on that level. They're basically like spawn of Satan. They're all fat, they're all ugly, they're all bald, they all stink, they got sweat all over them. They're basically spawn of Satan. So never trust anything that comes out of a bank's mouth. And also, never do business with Bank of America. Always use the smaller banks. It was actually for like a business account, but you should always use a smaller bank where they know you because you can read the horror stories online. But I digress. Now that basically when they were telling everybody Bitcoin was worthless, here they are basically, they're buying Bitcoin. So don't trust these banks. They're complete pieces of crap. Here's another story I found. This story has been floating around where this guy, can't even pronounce his name, Guggenheim Minard. He's been talking about this drop to 8,000, which a lot of news agencies have picked this up. CNBC picked it up, Yahoo. It's been all over the place. But apparently this guy's been all over the place. This guy's never been right about anything. He's like one of these guys who just puts out predictions. 2020, he was basically saying Bitcoin was going to be worth 400,000, and it was worth like 20,000. Then in 2021, he's like, "Oh, Bitcoin's going to be worth 400 to 600,000," and then it topped out at like 65,000. Like this guy, it's weird how these guys who like have horrible track records, just because it's like the mainstream media wants to push that agenda that Bitcoin basically going to drop down to zero or $8,000. So they just basically pick up this idiot and they run with these crazy stories where this guy has like zero. For other assets he does, but for crypto he's always wrong. So I like seeing these stories because that basically tells you that the bear market isn't full fledged and hopefully the bottom is near. But anyway, folks, that's pretty much it. Everything is completely boring right now in crypto. I actually have to make myself every day watch YouTube videos and follow the news because this is exactly how it was in 2020, 2019. Like nothing was happening. Now, what's going to happen is we're going to see a big move pretty soon, and it's probably going to be a big move down. Now, it could be a big move back up to $35,000, $40,000. That would be great. But even if we do get that big move, we're still dumping right back down to 25,000 at some point. And I'd rather just see it happen sooner than later. I'm just waiting for that black swan event in the markets. But like I said, right now I'm about 70% in the market, other 30% waiting to buy lower. So you got to be ready, folks, because if we do go bullish from here on out, you want to be ready. And, Bitcoin's bottom could have been, remember, folks, people are forgetting. I've talked to a bunch of people this week, and they keep telling me that Bitcoin dropped down to $27,000 and that was it. No, Bitcoin dropped down to like $25,000 a couple weeks ago. It was a flash crash and then it pumped back up. These flash crashes nobody remembers. And I remember this in the bear market of 2022. Like even COVID, like Bitcoin dropped down to like 3,800 or something like that, and nobody saw it happen because it happened like within an hour, then it shot right up. All these flash crashes, 99% of the retail investors don't even remember them because it happens so fast. So yeah, Bitcoin already dropped down to 25. I picked up some Cardano at like 38 cents. I had a buy order there. I wish I bought a lot more. Also got a lot of Cardano at 45 cents, but that could have been it. I mean, that could have been it. And if it was it, that's great. So here's where you want to be right now in crypto, folks. You want to be in a position where if Bitcoin, Jesus Christ, if Bitcoin goes bullish right now, whatever reason, next month and 6 months, Bitcoin shoots up to $150,000, Cardano shoots up to $5, $10, Theta shoots up to $30, that you're going to be set. And you're going to be able to do what you need to do. Buy a rental property, retire, pay off your, whatever you want to do. If you're in a position right now where if Bitcoin goes bullish, you don't have anything, or you're not going to be where you want to be, that's a shitty place to be. Because I saw that a couple years ago where people are waiting for these bottoms and they never got them. I know a lot of people who missed the 3,000, missed Bitcoin at 10,000, bought Bitcoin at 25,000. And they've been in crypto since 2016, 2017, but they were too afraid to buy because they thought it was going to go down to $500. In fact, almost everybody I knew during COVID, 2020, thought Bitcoin was going to drop down to $1,000. What did it do? Dropped down to about 38, and then we went to $20,000, a few months later, 6 months later, whatever it was. So you're never going to time these bottoms, and that's why I completely gave up on it. That's why I'm probably 65% in right now, maybe 70%. But I do have other cash too. So if I deploy, if Bitcoin drops down to $10,000, I can deploy that, and then I can go into my savings account and deploy more if I have to. You always have to have money ready. But my point is, you have to be prepared if Bitcoin goes bullish, that you're going to be set. Because once Bitcoin goes bullish, it can do that for a couple years, and the next bear market, the Bitcoin bottom might be $50,000 or it might be $100,000. You just don't know. With that said, I'm sticking to my prediction. I think we're going to see $19,000, $20,000 Bitcoin, and I think we're going to see 25-cent Cardano. And you pick your coin, down 30 to 50% from here, but there's no guarantee that's going to happen, and I'm ready to go. I'm on the rocket ship right now. It's fueled up. I'm ready to go. I got my helmet on, but if there's a delay, that's fine too. But you got to be ready.